So, it's been an interesting year, hasn't it? So, hello guys, my name is Isabel. About 2 months ago, it was my 1 year anniversary of my meditation practice. So yeah, it's been a year since I started my meditation practice, or rather my stillness practice. You know, for many years, the idea of meditation looked really attractive to me, but it was more like, oh yeah, and I will do absolutely nothing about it. I think it's really important to say that there are hundreds of meditations, types of meditation, and actually I was doing some research and there are hundreds of them. I highly encourage you to do your own research. I'm actually going to put an article by Headspace in the description below. So as I was saying, yeah, there are many types of meditation. I actually have a friend that he does cha dao. He makes tea as his meditation practice. You have to be like really aware while you're making that tea. He also has a YouTube channel. I'm gonna put his channel in the description below too. So if you want to check him out, he has great content. Again, hundreds of different types of meditation. So if you're not Isabel, this may not apply to you. I can only speak from my experience. Okay, so what has happened? I believe you deserve a bit of background. I didn't have any contemplative practices up until last year I had my spiritual emergency, or my dark night of the soul, whatever you want to call it. Of course, I was having a lot of anxiety, and that was one of the reasons why I started meditation. You can have your own reasons. I'm sure there are lots of people that start meditation because they want to improve their focus, and that's totally valid. The reasons why I started meditating were spiritual reasons. I'm not gonna try to make this video woo-woo, so if you're allergic to that, I totally understand that. So right off the bat, I didn't have the intention to stick to it. It was more like, I'm gonna try this because there's people and there's research that says that if you do this, it can help. I definitely didn't see it as something that I was going to commit to in the long run. That was never my intention. It just kind of happened. I believe meditation is a great tool to bring your mind back to center, which was something that I desperately needed back then. A friend of mine told me, hey, why don't you try Zazen, which is sitting meditation? And I did my research about Zazen. I was like, okay, what's this? You sit, you have these templates, these sitting templates, and you focus on your breath, and every time you notice your mind is drifting, you label it as distraction and you come back. Distraction, come back. Distraction, come back. In the beginning, I only started with 5 minutes. I did it first thing in the morning because it was a really good way to set the mood for the day. Really slow and conscious. And 5 minutes, it was something that I knew that I could handle. And you may say, yeah, 5 minutes, it's not that much. But just try to sit for 5 minutes and just observe what's going on around you without judging it. The truth is, you will come to realize that it's kind of difficult. So then when I felt comfortable with 5 minutes, I said, okay, I'm gonna try meditate at night too, just before bed. Same, 5 minutes, giving me a total of 10 minutes. So I was like, okay, now I know I can do 10 minutes, but I'm gonna try to meditate 10 minutes straight. Now I'm gonna meditate 10 minutes in the morning. And then I did the exact same thing. It's like, okay, I'm gonna meditate 10 minutes in the morning and 10 minutes at night. But okay, well, now I know I can meditate 20 minutes. Can I meditate for 20 minutes straight? Yes, I can. Then I stick with 20 minutes for a while. Now I usually meditate between 20 to 30 minutes, which I think it's like okay for me. Of course, during that year, I also challenged myself and was like, okay, well, maybe I can meditate for an hour. And it gets tough. Especially when you're sitting in a certain position. I sit in a Burmese position, and you start getting like cramps in your legs and it's like really difficult. But beyond the body sensations, it's really interesting to see how your mind behaves, because you become aware of how your mind works. What meditation does is that it creates a gap between you and your body, a gap between you and your mind. There's your awareness that is aware of your body, and your awareness that is aware of your mind. Also, I think it's important to say that this wasn't the only type of meditation that I practice, or that I practice. Sometimes I do mindfulness meditation. I just sit down and with my eyes closed, and every time I exhale, I go 1, I count all the way to 10, and then I start all over again. 1 and 2, and then again. Also, one of my favorite types of meditations is the Hawaiian one, oponopono. I might be butchering that one, but I'm gonna put it in the description below. So yeah, it's this mantra that is, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, I love you. You say that mantra over and over and over again till the time's up. You can direct those words to God, the universe, or yourself. In my case, I direct those words to myself. I've been practicing a lot of self-compassion, and I believe that's a really good way to practice that. Sometimes we're really hard on ourselves, and it's really important to forgive ourselves. What benefits have I got from meditation? I believe the recognition that I have the capacity to apply myself was a big one. The focus. Definitely the focus. It's not that I don't get distracted anymore, or that I don't look at my phone anymore, although I've been getting a lot better at it. But now I have a better discernment. It's more like, where do I want to put my awareness? Which is just energy management, because you become aware. So let's say, like my phone rings. Instead of automatically picking the phone up, I notice the sensation, the feeling, the urge to pick the phone up. It's like, okay, that feeling is curious. And now I have the ability to decide, like, okay, well, am I gonna continue doing the task at hand, or am I gonna pick up the phone? So as I said, it's not that you're not getting distracted anymore. It's that now you can tell when you're about to get distracted and make the decision whether you're gonna get carried away or continue doing the thing that you're doing. People say that now I have a really strong presence, and to be honest, I don't think I have a strong presence. I'm just being present. If I'm having a conversation with you, I'm gonna look into your eyes, I'm gonna pay attention to you, and I'm gonna stay silent, and I'm gonna try to take you in as much as I can. It has given me a better understanding of taking things one at a time. If I cook, I cook. If I read, I read. If I talk, I talk. If I listen, I listen. Just being in the moment. Also, there's a noticeable dilation of time. I feel like I have more time, which is paradoxical, because I'm stopping to contemplate what I'm doing, but I have more time. Now I stop to savor the moment and just to be really aware where I'm at in the moment. Like I breathe. Sometimes it makes me giggle. Like, I don't know, it just makes me really happy to be aware of the moment. Okay, the anxiety, I don't have panic attacks anymore. I still get anxious, but instead of going crazy, I now acknowledge the feeling, I sit with it, I feel it, and then I let it go. And that's just the truth. The feeling goes away, and that's the nature of this reality. Nothing is permanent. Everything is in constant flow. To be passing is to live. To remain and continue is to die. Overall, I'm a more relaxed person, and I've been able to cultivate some virtues like patience, resilience, compassion, mainly patience. With meditation, you actually have to stick with it for a while in order to get any results at all. And having said that, meditation isn't for everybody. It may not work for you, and that's okay. Some people actually need to get out of their heads, and meditation puts in their heads, so that may not be good for them. And actually meditation has its dark side too, and I'm probably gonna make a video about that too. There's been some cases where people actually had like psychotic breaks from meditations. There's definitely a lot more I could talk about, and if you have any questions, please leave me a comment below. Please subscribe and give me a thumbs up, and I'll see you in the next video.